The Saints won a game, Lito.
Man, say word.
Spencer Rattler won a game, Lito.
Excuse me?
The Pelicans haven't lost a preseason game, Lito.
Pardon me?
LSU got a chance to get back into the playoff race, Lito.
Whoa.
We're going to talk about it. Here's Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn, I don't think has won a game either, but that's neither here nor there. Welcome to the wake up call, man. This is myself, is Lito. We got Justin.
Why are you so small down there?
Hey, yo.
This is the Chris Lito show, bro. It's the Chris Lito show.
That's the producer camera, man. So yo, man, let's get into it. We got about 7 people in here. For everyone that that shows up, please hit the like button, hit the comments as always. As you know, this is about 30 minute, 35 minute show, depending on how long Lito talks. And outside of that, we good. So grab your coffee and let's talk, man. So first things first, the Saints win their first game with a victory over the New York Giants in New Orleans. Got off to a slow start. Some funny parts in the game. DeMario Davis calling Cam Scatterboo a bad kid. Like one of them bad kids. Lito, for whatever reason, there's nothing that warms my heart more than seeing Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo lose.
Wow,
bro, Jackson Dart stinks.
Talk about it.
I've been saying that. I've been yelling that from whatever mountain for the past year and a half, man. That dude stinks, man. Listen, I don't have a problem with Cam though. I feel like Cam is like a Mike Allstott, like miniature version of Mike Allstott. He's the alternate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with Cam, but Jackson. Yeah, they got a better quarterback in another uniform, but we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, bro. I saw Dan Orlovsky say something about the Saints are playing the quarterback that they should have drafted at 9. And I didn't like the thought of drafting Jackson Dart at 9 in any scenario. I wasn't a big fan either, to be honest. No. Like, I thought that there were better options. I don't think he's terrible, but I mean, Sunday say he ain't better than the guy you got right now, if we be honest, which we're gonna talk about a little bit later in Spencer Rattler. But yeah, man, the Saints won 26-14. Another game where Alvin Kamara is pretty much a sideshow. Kendre Miller ends up with more carries. Spencer goes 20 for 30. Taysom Hill returns. The Olave special, pretty much a little bit over 5 to 6 catches, under 60 yards, no touchdown. That's pretty much it. Shaheed has his first real showing of the year.
Can I ask a question, Chris?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Who's wide receiver 1 for the Saints right now? Shaheed or Olave?
It's still Olave. Still Olave.
Lito?
I say based on if we follow the money, it's still Olave.
No, I'm a stats guy.
You're a stats guy. I mean,
look, Olave. I gotta look at the stats, but
I'll tell you this: Olave is gonna get at least 7, 8, 9 catches a game. Shaheed is gonna give you probably more receiving yards just because of his average catch is probably 20 or so yards down the field. But I would say Olave is probably wide receiver 1. He's definitely wide receiver 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was good to see Kool-Aid McKinstry have his best game.
Who?
Kool-Aid.
Oh, okay.
The corner from Alabama that people weren't saying really good things about. But Kool-Aid had a showing, 2 interceptions, three pass deflections.
Yeah. Jackson Dart looked like a bum, huh?
What's this hate towards Jackson Dart? What did I miss?
It don't take a lot for me to have hate for you. You really just gotta wake up and breathe, and I can hate you. It don't take a whole lot.
I don't like the hair. I think it's kind of Joe Dirtish. Yeah, not really a fan personally, but
his name sound like he a low class DC Comics villain, like not a standout villain. He like the lower tier villain.
Well, it was all in all, it was a good game. Good game for the Saints to finally win. I'm gonna ask you one more question, Lito.
Talk to me.
And the Saints have who they play? Chicago next week?
Yeah. No, they play the Patriots at
New
home,
England.
then they go to Chicago. Yep.
They play New England, and then they go to Chicago the week afterwards. I have to ask. That I'm not saying the Saints should be able to beat, but they should be in those games and have an opportunity to win. Do you think? Gotta ask. Good morning, Jerry. Do you think the Saints will win either of these games? Let's just say that.
I'm willing to go a step further.
Oh.
I'm willing to go a step further. I'm willing to tell you, this is obviously hyperbole, but this is a Spencer Rattler legacy game against the guy who took his spot in college.
Oh, I didn't think about the Caleb one a couple of weeks. Well, I'm gonna be in Memphis, so I'm not gonna be able to go to the game. And ironically, I probably would have went to that game, especially if they win this upcoming weekend against New England. Which I actually will probably be at that game. I'm gonna be in town, but it's gonna be interesting to see. Justin, are you ready to talk simply Spencer Rattler?
Yeah, I like him. I mean, like, there's a stat. So, I mean, I like him as a football player. So there's a stat on the Twitter yesterday, Buku Media, just comparing his first 5 games last year and his first 5 games this year. And so through his first 5 games last year, he had like 60% completion percentage, 855 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He had 17 sacks. This year through 5 games, completion percentage is up 7.2% at 67.2. He's thrown for 990 yards. He has a 6-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio, and he's only taken 9 sacks. And I think the most important stat of those 5 games is the sacks, right? I mean, to cut the stats basically by half, I think is a huge deal for Spencer Rattler. And the biggest thing, Lito, like, we grew up on Drew Brees. So we grew up on 5 touchdowns a game and all this other bullshit. Like, he's not making mistakes. He's keeping you in games. He's playing winning football. And to be honest with you, if you throw Seattle out in the fourth quarter, every single game, the Saints have had a chance to win. And as a fan, that's all you can ask for. Like, they're not like getting blown out and things of that nature. So, like, look, I'm not saying that this guy's the savior and everything, but Lito, he's playing winning football. I know he's 1-10, but he's giving you a chance to win every single week. And as a quarterback, I don't think you can ask for much more, especially a 5th rounder in his 2nd year in a new system under a new head coach.
Look, man, you can ask anybody. Spencer Rattler, for me in college, bro, I hated him. I hated him everywhere he went. I didn't like him at OK. I didn't like him at South Carolina. I will say, though, his work ethic, his ability to get better, process the information, and it's been impressive. And the other thing for me is, like, he's just the best quarterback on this roster. Like, we don't have to continue to lie to ourselves. Shout out to the dude who called me racist last week. Shout out to him. But look, here's the thing. Justin, there's a negative connotation when you talking about quarterbacks and you use the term game manager. For whatever reason, people feel a negative way about that. I looked at Trevor Lawrence yesterday manage a football game to beat a better quarterback. I think he threw 3 touchdowns, but it was, as a matter of fact, if we want to look at the whole season, Trevor Lawrence his stats say he's been average, but his team is 4-1. I'm totally okay with that, bro.
Like, and that's the thing. Well, here's the difference, though, Lito, between Lawrence and I see your comparison. Lawrence is the number 1 overall pick. I think he's got to be better. But I see your comparison in the sense of, like, Trevor Lawrence set himself up to, like, win the game last night. And he had that crazy play where he stumbles and he runs to the end zone and all that. But, like, go back to week 1, Chris.
Yep.
If Juwan Johnson comes down with that football, Okay, like, it's a different it's a different conversation, right?
Yeah.
Like if Buffalo, like if Josh Allen doesn't run for 30 yards, like we don't know if Brandon Cooks catches that ball in the end zone. Now, was it a bad pass? Was it behind him? Sure, but like they're just like 2 drops away from kind of like maybe possibly being 2 and 3. Who knows?
And it's weird. Spencer is in a rough or an interesting situation. I would say, because when you are in his shoes, being a 5th round pick, and someone who's your backup is someone that this regime, this coaching staff picked, and they have not only a recent expectation or a more recent investment, they have a higher investment. You have to overachieve to stay and to keep your position in your job, because this organization doesn't owe you anything. I think with Spencer, Lito, is that while game manager isn't a bad term, Spencer can't afford to consistently be a game manager, because this team isn't as talented as Jacksonville's team is. So that means the Buffalo game, you got to hit Brandon Cooks in the end zone on the numbers to take the lead. The Arizona game, or who they play week 2?
San Francisco. That's what
San Francisco.
And they were in that game too. They were in that
game. But you got to hit Chris Olave in the numbers. Even if Chris got to catch the ball, you have to make these winning plays. When you get in the red zone, you got to convert more touchdowns, right? Because it's Shuck's right behind you. And the thing about Shuck's 26 years old. So, it only gets to a point to where you keep losing these games, no matter how you're playing, to where it's like, okay, we got to get this guy a shot. And it's not at a disrespect to Rattler. That's just the business side of it. So I think we got to talk about Rattler. These I asked you the question earlier about can they win game 2? Can they win game 3 upcoming against New England and Chicago? Because I think at some point he's gonna have to consistently win, because now people are saying really, really good things about him, but he can't. I don't know if he can be 1-5 with his other guys behind him. I don't know if he can continue to be average, or if he can just be above average. Ryan Clark here, no one's paying attention, but Spencer Rattler deserves to be a starting quarterback in this league. I understand, but Ryan Clark also knows the business can get in the way of what we're seeing sometimes, and I'm hoping that's not the case, because I do agree that Spencer's been pretty solid to good. And now I think he has to take a step forward and get better, even with what he's working with.
Chris, can I ask you this, Chris? What are your expectations against the Patriots and Bears? Can Spencer Rattler go and the Saints go 2-0 here?
They can win both of those games.
Sorry, say it again.
They can win both of those games.
So you think that this and I'm not trying to like get ahead here, but like obviously the Patriots had a huge win against Buffalo, but like after a team wins, they're feeling high, and then like there's a letdown next week with New England, obviously Drake May and our quarterback. If the Saints somehow get 3 and 4, is the conversation a little different moving forward into week 8?
Absolutely. Yeah, because you won at that point. You won 3 in a row. And now
then you have the Tyler Shuck thing. He's 26. It's like, well, shit, man. Like if Rattler rattles off 3 in a row and you're 3 and 4, like you're not going to see Tyler Shuck anytime soon.
There you go. He just got to continue buying time, because if he can buy time to what we're talking at the end of the year, to where people can take a full look at his season and be like, damn, Rattler had a really good season. Well, now look, and Dustin, that's fair. I want to quarterback who can win you a game. 2-minute drill in the fourth. I don't feel great with him. His accuracy is also all over. I think he's more accurate than people give him credit for. But there are some throws, to Dustin's point, though, at the end of the day, as we mentioned, he has to make. Unfortunately, this 2-minute drill that Dustin's talking about, at some point, Spencer has to go down there and win. The close calls in his position can't continue to happen. You had some other things as well, Justin, in regards to comparison with some other quarterbacks. Michael Penix Jr., Lito's favorite quarterback. Yep, with the so Michael Penix Jr. with the it's not even a question who has the more
talent,
the better supporting cast with Drake London and Pitts and Bijan Robinson and Mooney. 9-18, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The Falcons won a bye week this week. Quarterback similar.
Hey,
yeah.
I would like to say this. Spencer Rattler's Achilles heel right now is not pushing the ball down the field. 5.6, 5 point, an average of 5.6 per pass. That ain't gonna do it. You're not gonna do it that way. But in Spencer's defense, his offensive line, bro. There's a video of Cesar Ruiz right now.
It's going around,
bro. Listen,
but Fuaga and Banks have held up their own
for sure. Spencer has not always had the cleanest pockets this season. I'll say that as politically correct as I can. I think that Chris is right. Their throws he has to make. Like that Cooks pass. I mean, it's been a couple passes that have been behind Olave, should have been touchdown, still should have been caught. But if you put the football in the space that it needs to be, I think he has been erratic accuracy wise, and I think it's because I think he understands that I might not get a shot at this shit again if I don't do this. If I don't do this, and what I saw from him last week, I don't think he thought that. I think he thought this feels like my football team. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna just hoop. That's it.
It's not enough for him to just go in games not trying to fuck things up.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be enough. That's not how you playing safe. It's not gonna get him to keep this job because people are saying, Justin, they're saying some really good things about him around the football league. And I think that matters the more and more you go here.
Why do y'all think there's some from the fan base? There's some negativity around Rattler. Why do you think that? Because you have national talking heads and you have other people saying, okay, so that's right, Lito. And I hate that conversation. It's like you're gonna yes, he's 0-10 or whatever. He's 1-10 now, but like the last 5 games last year, I'm not counting those. Are you kidding me? No, what Tom Brady wasn't going to win with that roster. Like, so why do people not like him, Lito? Because if all you have is record, I don't think that's fair, and I don't think it's a good conversation starter of like why he should not be playing.
I think at the end of the day, right? Like all you got is wins and losses, and I'm just saying you told me you a stat guy. That's what you said.
But there's 21 other guys, I mean, including special teams, 32 other guys on the field.
Absolutely, but you know how this goes. The quarterback is the guy. Like Alvin Kamara, not as good as Alvin Kamara is, he's not in a position where he can just will this team, even skill wise. He's not in a position, even if this was prime McKay, where he could just will this team without some sort of threat at quarterback. You gotta have it's like Justin, we talk about Zion, a lot, right? And we talk about how the talent around him or lack thereof or whatever, right? But it always comes back to this. Has Zion led you to a playoff game? Has he played in the playoffs? That's the conversation.
It's fair. I disagree, but I mean, like, if you break it down like that, that's fair. But it's just people saying, "Oh, he's 0-10."
Well, look, he has the perfect schedule. I think upcoming. New England at home, coming off of a high beating Buffalo in a primetime game. Depending on how good you think New England is, it could be the Saints could be a trap game, or the Saints and the Patriots could be in the same kind of tier, and we're gonna find out on Sunday. Saints win that game. Justin, you told me earlier, or you told me yesterday, it's gonna be some interesting conversations or some better conversations about the team. So let's move forward to the Pelicans here as we're talking about interesting conversations. Lito, we've talked enough about the Pelicans preseason start, but and I mean, of course, they haven't played any NBA talent necessarily, but we are all pretty encouraged of the way that they're playing basketball. expectations wise, I'm gonna tell you mine, and I want to hear yours. I'm watching a team. Justin sent a quote yesterday. From who was that from? Pat Spencer.
Sorry, what's this?
Yes,
we talk a lot.
It's from Pat Spencer. It says, so Pat said, if you're a guy who can connect the dots, but also do some other things, knock the three ball down, there's always going to be a place in this league for you. Unfortunately, there's a lot of organizations that are stuck in the bottom to continue to value length and athleticism over IQ, and they tend to stay in the lottery every year. We've talked for years about this team not being the smartest IQ wise, not committing to being intelligent. I'm seeing a team that has added more smart basketball players with adding Looney and adding Sadiq Bey. And Justin, you know this. I feel like when you have more IQ guys, when you're playing a certain way, the guys that don't play with that same IQ, they stick out. The guys that aren't as smart on the floor, they're a lot easier to spot. So they either passing is contagious, making the right play is contagious. Your star player is looking to move the basketball. Your second player is fine with moving the back. Like when that you welcoming back Herb Jones and company. It's a lot of smart players on this team. Lito, go ahead, Justin.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned. I want before quickly we get to Lito, because you still have to have one more thing. You still have to have a superstar alongside with IQ players, right? And the Pelicans have that in Zion. Now, do you need talent around him? Of course, but you need talent and IQ around Zion, understanding that he's the guy. How do we build around Zion? Because if you have high IQ with a superstar, you can be really good. But like, don't get me wrong, you need talent. The Pelicans have talent. They just never had IQ. They got IQ now. I think Jordan Poole's a high IQ guy. Kevon Looney, a high IQ guy. Sadiq Bey, high IQ guy. Herb Jones, high. Like, you just rattled off four. And Jared says all the time, like, I want basketball players. Those four I just rattled off are basketball players. And then you add a talent like Zion Williamson. And then you add a talent like Trey Murphy. Now mixing IQ with talent should be a winning product.
And Lito, I think, well, my question to you was, do you think that improvement in IQ, do you think that alone raises this team's floor, or should change maybe what some fans expect from this team this year?
I think the IQ does raise the team ceiling. Just like anything else, I mean, we can have all the talent in the world. Yo, us three could walk in the gym right now and it'd be the 3 20-year-olds, hooping. They don't know how to play. They don't know how to play the game. Like, they athletic as fuck.
You still got Charlie horses from yesterday, or
I'm hurt, bro. I can't even stand up.
Lito talking to y'all. If you're a college kid right now and he see you at the gym, you don't know shit. That's what he said.
Hey, and that's how I talk too. Hey, you don't know shit. But look, what I'm saying, I give you a perfect example. Yesterday, me and my partners hooping against these dudes who play at UNO, and man, look, for as much as athleticism and shit that they have, they can't think the game yet. Right. They can't do the simple things, and that is what ultimately costs you in the NBA. Like that's what costs you, because see, the guys who have an IQ, they understand that every game matters. You can't just take off games and you can't turn it off and turn it on. You gotta be consistent. And it's the one thing that, man, I don't know, Jordan. I've been hearing this from plenty of people now about Jordan Poole, man. Jordan Poole is a consistent, motivating presence. And his hard work, I feel like it's gonna pay off, bro. And I hate that he got whatever moniker it is, because people feel like his game and the Draymond situation. Yo, fuck that. Jordan Poole a hooper. Kevon Looney's a hooper. Sadiq Bey is a hooper. I think Zion Williamson IQ is incredible. I just don't think that he was in. I just don't think he was in a scenario. I don't think he was in a spot where it could flourish. You know what it is? Dog, y'all ever been in a homeroom before where everybody, even though I'm trying to fucking learn, everybody telling jokes. Everybody, nobody's paying attention. So what you do? Well,
and you know, Lito, I think it matters. You know, for certain people, it matters when like they got to be the one to pay the bill. Like you know, when you a child, you know, you might leave the lights on in the house all day because you ain't responsible for the bill. But when you get older, you turn every fucking light off because you know you got to see energy at the end of the day or comment or wherever you live. Like now, I think it's a little different when the responsibility falls on you. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. And I think a full offseason for Zion, a full almost year now, or well, it's not a year of Brandon Ingram being gone, but shit, might as well have been. He didn't play much last year. Everything falls on him, and I think he's off to a good start of showing that matters. So, but I'm telling you, dog, like it matters when you the one having to pay the bill. You make different decisions, and I think for Zion, like that's some of what you're looking at right now, and we can start talking about some of the other things. We don't talk about how smart of a basketball player he is, but you know what? When he isn't lazy, when he's in shape, when he's engaged. He's very smart and he's very unselfish. And the way that he plays is going to inspire others because it starts with him. And I don't think it's an accident that I've seen so many in just 2 preseason games alone. I've seen so many swings. I've seen so many rotates over to one corner, then over to the other, even out of guys that you typically wouldn't associate that with because we've seen them play. There's not a bunch of holding the ball. There's not a bunch of ISO 1. That's an increase in IQ, and that's your star player also getting behind and setting that. So, you know, I mean, I don't want people. I'm not saying go in right now and go to FanDuel Sportsbook and put in, you know, Pelicans winning the NBA championship. I don't know what the odds are, but I'm saying take the over of whatever they're
31 and a half.
If it's still 31 and a half, you gotta take them odds, man. Because I'm really even not. Fuck the talent. They could have played against Buku Media. I like the way that they play basketball, and it's going to be interesting to see if that continues. Moving forward here, Justin, we will close here with LSU South Carolina coming up. I wasn't on the morning show last week, so I didn't see you guys throw Garrett Nussmeier and LSU offense and Brian Kelly into the trash, but I'm about to say the Saints. The Tigers have a chance to rebound this week against South Carolina. They're back in Death Valley. They're 8.5-point favorites.
8.5. Sellers coming in. I'll say this, Chris. Nussmeier's had a week off. If he struggles again, the offense struggles again, there needs to be changes. Like I'm not like Nussmeier needs to be put on the shelf to get actually fully healthy. I would probably circle Alabama as that one. You go with the backup, and then you go from there. But this is it for me. This is it. Like I understand we have injuries. Like we have to deal with injuries. If Garrett Nussmeier is not 100%, he has to be 100%. If he's not effective in this game, then something's got to change. But this is a must-win at home. You got Vanderbilt at 11 a.m. next week, and then I think you go through the gauntlet of like Texas A&M. And you have Alabama, Arkansas, Western Kentucky. Then you finish off at Oklahoma. Like this is it. You gotta have a statement win at home, 6:30 Death Valley at night, and then you got to turn around and play Vanderbilt 11 a.m. the following week. It's just confusing, Lito. It's just murky right now with like what is Nussmeier's injury, and like they say abdomen and whatever it may be. He did towel throws last week. Look, you don't have much wiggle room anymore. You should have almost handed you the game a couple weeks ago. So someone tweeted like, what do you mean they handed you the game? Like they outplayed them this whole, I was like, well, they had a fumble at the 4-yard line. Like they had fucking 150 yards in penalties. Like they literally handed you the game and you didn't take it. And so like, that's a bad loss, but you can rebound, beat South Carolina, and then try to get on a run here. But I'm kind of, I'll say this. I'm kind of sick and tired of Brian Kelly wasting elite talent. He wasted Jaden Daniels. Now he's wasting one of the best defenses this fan base has seen. And like, this feels like a Nick Saban led defense. Like there are pros all over the field, and you can't score more than 20 points. Like you seriously, like the bar is so low here, man. Like if you score 24, you're 5-0, and we can't get there. So it's a big game on Saturday night.
I just like to reiterate, for the how many days have we done it? How many times have we done the show? 5 so far?
4.
All right.
Yeah.
This is my 4th reiteration that Brian Kelly stinks. I want to make that perfectly clear. Justin, you know how I feel about Brian Kelly?
You don't like him.
Oh, he stinks.
You can't like him.
You can't run the ball. You can't throw the ball.
Diddly poo offensively.
Like what are we talking about? Like what is Brian Kelly good at, bro? What is
I have to switch the
It was that second game we got our ass kicked, or the second half we just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a.
Hey, let's throw even more dirt on it. I feel like when healthy, Nuss is still good. So
I like I've seen Garrett Nussmeier healthy. I think he's a good quarterback.
A good 5th round pick. I feel you. Yeah.
I don't think he's a 5th rounder. He's talented.
Right.
He's talened.
Okay. Let's just say healthy. When is he getting drafted, Justin? Where?
Well, his SEC record doesn't help him out. He's a top 3 round pick. If Tyler Shuck just went 41st overall, shout out Tyler Shuck, no disrespect, but about to disrespect you, then Garrett Nussmeier is literally a top 15 pick. Like that's where we're at with it. Okay, I actually got to run, but y'all can carry it away. It's good seeing you guys. Make sure you smash the like button though.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, man, we're about to close out as well. I want to say in closing about LSU, this is a big week upcoming. Not just because the Tigers have to, they need to win a game, but they have, for teams that are in the playoff race, Alabama and Missouri are playing. So we're talking 2 ranked teams there, 8-14. That could be a shakeup if Alabama loses, or even Missouri's right behind LSU there. LSU's ranked 11 right now. Yeah. Ohio State and Illinois plays. You got 1 versus 17. If Ohio State ends up losing, there's something there. You got Oregon and Indiana playing 3 versus 7. Those are 2 teams in front of LSU. Oklahoma goes to Texas. Texas is no longer ranked, but guess who's the favorite in that game? Texas. Oklahoma ranked number 6. I mean, the list goes on and on. You got Tennessee, Arkansas. You got Florida, who just beat Texas, going into Texas A&M. Texas A&M ranked 5th right now. Georgia has to go to Auburn. They have to go to Auburn. Only 3.5-point favorites. There's some, huh?
No, I was about to say one of these days we're gonna have a talk about it, man, in Texas. But
Mm.
A Manning in. I don't know if he did that on purpose, but yeah. So all in all, there will be some shakeup in the top, the top 25, but specifically in the top 15 where LSU is currently at right now. So if they do what they're supposed to do, they have an impressive win. They're gonna move up the poll, and they'll be right back in a situation where they're gonna have to win some really competitive games to strike and have themselves in a playoff situation or conversation towards the end. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the end of the show here. That's it for myself. It for Lito. You saw Justin left, man. Y'all can find us every Tuesday morning at 8:15. We typically have a midweek show, and then we, no matter what's going on, we got the Sunday show. And then look, Pelican season about to jump off, so you about to see us every single night, damn near. So get ready, man. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we do with the post game recaps, but for a wake up call, I hope we would your coffee this morning. We out here.
Man. Best part of waking up, Chris and Lito in your cup.
You don't have to do that. You could just